Hi, and welcome to my life in overcast, humid Central Texas. It could be clear as can be later, but it's not later right now. And actually, the clouds do contribute to the sun being not quite as harsh in the eyes, when it's important to get sun in your eyes before it gets too far along in the day. It helps match your circadian rhythm internally with what's going on in the actual world. You don't want your eyes full of light, especially from some, full spectrum lamp in your house that has absolutely nothing to do with timing out in the world. You do that and you wind up getting yourself all out of whack. Drink your water, eat your proteins, and try to get matched up with the actual world and the pattern of when daylight is in the sky and when it's not. Early sun and late sun help you with so many things. And some people may not like it, but it's also one of the best reasons to be involved in company efforts to get everyone back into the office. Because if people have to get up early and leave their homes, the sunshine will be hitting their body. Maybe just their face and arm, where they've got their arm in the window of the truck, whatever. Walking from your vehicle into the building may not seem like much, but that's an opportunity. You're not in your house. You're getting natural light. Get out early and get out early enough and stop for breakfast tacos or coffee or something. Because people still need breakfast. What they don't need is breakfast provided by Kellogg's and Post. I ate enough of that stuff when I was growing up, and that's a large part of what's wrong with me now. Of course, at the time, my mom and dad would have probably been happy if I would have just eaten the cheap oatmeal that my siblings were happy to eat. I didn't like oatmeal either. I still don't. Sometimes I will consume a packet of oatmeal if I'm at my dad's house. Because if I'm at dad's, I eat whatever's on the menu that day. I'm not gonna argue with him or make him cry because he doesn't understand what I'm doing or because some expenses don't need to be on his budget. As long as he's okay with what he's eating, that's fine. A fella his age doesn't need me telling him what to eat. And the fact that I get everything I need from meat, I'll probably stop and hit a grocery store if I get a chance to head up there again. I was thinking of it. I can't exactly go tent camping lately. My hands, I don't have grip strength right now. I want to. So I need to go do some more stuff at the gym and get my hands back where they need to be to get that tent up. Because you've got to pull the rods until they click into place. One of the things I like about tent camping is I don't have to have the shoulders and arms to drive the RV. I'd like to use the RV, but it is a massive beast with a great bedroom and a bathroom and a kitchen. I would like very much to use that to go camping. I can't even think the last time I was in it to do any of the housekeeping. It's going to be so dusty and need cleaned up so bad. I want to use it. It's not even a stick. It's an automatic. And if the wind is high, it will tire you out to drive it. I've seen it exhaust him. By him, I mean Loki. He gave the daughter a try. She drove it. It's just big and catches wind. Thing might as well be a sailboat. Yeah, I'll be blinking and squinting a little bit. My right eye still has the worst of my vision. My left is better. And I'm way overdue to go back to Dr. Snowberger and get my current prescription. But I believe I could also, at this point, I could probably get 2 pairs of readers at Walmart. Pop lens, as long as they match in size and shape and everything. Pop the right lens out of the strong pair and put them in the other right lens position and do just fine with that. But I don't need the headache that can come from ignoring my astigmatism. But the sun is right up there today, so I'm getting that on my face. And the clouds are thin, so I'm still getting some diffuse sunlight properties. And I need to get something out of my truck, so excuse me. Okay, I did the thing I was gonna do. And the little dog is hanging out on the deck with me. I gave him a chew stick. He's not interested in that. He is a lot more interested in watering the grass catcher that goes on the mower. I don't know why. Other than the fact that it smells like grass and weeds. Well, there's a little bit of a breeze and it's kind of pleasant out right now. I should possibly wake the older grandson. Except, being a teenager, he likes to be up in the middle of the night. I might wake him up anyway. He wants money for yard work, but He only does tiny little bit at a time, because that's part of waiting till it's 90 degrees to do any of it at all. I should get a pair of scissors out and start doing some of the trim around the front walk. I mean, there's grass and mint. It's not gonna kill a pair of scissors to use it that way. I may not have arm strength to do certain things. I mean, I can use the trimmer, but I'm kind of looking forward to the weed torch that's coming. I don't know how the balance on that is going to be, but you screw a 1-pound bottle on one end, and you hit the trigger, and you burn something that's not up against anything flammable, hopefully. What, puppy? Oh, buddy, you're my good friend. Yes, you are. I have made a connection. Well, not a connection. My brain made a connection. I'm hoping it'll turn into a social connection. Apparently, Lynn Tucker Carnivore and Jim Tucker Carnivore, are either in Liberty Hill or Cedar Park. That's close enough for meetups. I know there are other carnivores in the area, but everyone's so used to being cautious about meeting strangers on the internet. Now, a long time ago, I was the one who threw caution to the wind and would take off on an all-afternoon or even most of the day drive to meet a stranger from the internet. Nowadays, when you can use Uber and get a stranger from the internet to come pick you up and take you for a drive, or you can order groceries online, and that's the internet, and some stranger will bring them to your address that you give them. We've got to stop being afraid of each other. We just have to be mildly cautious of personal information. Not everybody needs my banking information. It took me this long just to get Cash App and buy me a coffee. I have those now. You can look under where it says more when you look at channel info. It's like description of the video, and you click on more and you see more stuff. It'll be there now. I mean, even Mitch has buy me a coffee, and I look up to him quite a bit. Smart guy. Not quite as old as my dad, but smart guy anyway. And then nice young men like Dave Mack, and he's a good kid, really. Him and Coach Steven. Okay, Coach Stevens actually got a year or two on me. A few years on me. Richard Smith, Keto Pro, different deal. He's a nice kid. Bob's got a few years on me. Semi-retired Bob. Dave Mack is at No Carb Life, I think, or at Zero Carb. But if you put in his name in the search engine in the YouTube search, you should be able to get to him. Does more interviews than anybody, seriously. He finds lots of people and he gets them to talk about the kind of problems that they've had either getting going on carnivore or the problems that pushed them toward carnivore. Because everybody gets tired of, here's a lifelong problem. We'll give you this drug to help you deal with it, and then later on when you're tired of the side effects of the drug, we'll give you some more drugs to help you deal with the side effects. Yeah, puppy. Oh, yeah, he's up here next to me now. Hey, buddy, say hi to the internet. Says you're cute. The internet likes cute doggies. Yeah, you might hear barking occasionally on my channel, but it's not usually coming from this guy. He's such a good boy. I just heard a car door. One of the neighbors must be coming and going, or taking a kid somewhere, or has an appointment or something. I know, bud. They're always barking. I have a special request of all the backyard breeders out there. Good God, if you're going to keep an animal just to breed it, so you can sell puppies, please knock down the weeds in their space occasionally. Because it really cuts down on their ability to move around a healthy amount if the area you have fenced in for them is so overgrown that they can't move around a healthy amount. That's the condition back here behind me, a few doors over around the corner. Yeah, it's kind of terrible. The clouds shift and it changes the light. Makes me squint more. Recently I had been thinking that it might be nice if I get to the point that I can buy something to put a freezer in. I'd have to run power to it. And I was thinking of something. There's this deck box brand type small shed over here that Loki uses for all of its welding equipment. You gotta have welding equipment and supplies if you hope to weld things. He's got a welding project back here. I say back here, but it's behind the front deck in the front yard. Hey, puppy dog. Yeah, the barking stopped. There's a good puppy dog. Are you thirsty? Is it time to go in? Or is it still doggy time outside? I hear an aircraft. I don't see where it is, but I'm starting to see blue amongst the clouds now. So yeah, it's the overcast is cooking off. What, puppy? Oh, gotta go over my lap to jump down. 'Cause that way you get more attention, right? Little dogs. They're not just cute, they also have a little bit of attitude. Go down if you need to go down, buddy. I'm okay with it. The heat's not oppressive yet. I've already set out my socks and school shirt and pants for later when I head off to class. Always gotta wear clean stuff. I also folded my shirts that I won't be wearing. The blue one I put on Saturday is in the hamper. What else was I gonna think about? Oh, I tried filming a bit yesterday when I made dinner. I had some of those Franken-style beef short ribs. I got them out on the grill and I was filming and they looked good. And then I went inside where I could actually see my screen well to review what I had recorded and found that at some point it had just cut off because I had reached the limit of what I could record. So I had to go back and delete the stuff that had already been posted. I made room. I think I'm ready to go inside now. I was watching there's 20 minutes left of some Korean TV show I had on. I'm enjoying it. I'm really not much of a TV watcher, but some stuff you can get a little bit of information from. Things that may help you. And if you're trying to learn a language, that's probably a good thing to do, is to watch TV shows and movies that are made in the language you're trying to learn and recognize the phrases and translate sentences that have words you already know. Some things you will get by context and increase the amount that you know. Increasing what you know is also good for writing neural pathways. Learn something, study. Find ways to be good to yourself. And there's a lot of people putting a lot of really good information on YouTube. I mean, how many of us learned in school, even in grade school, that water has 3 phases? Solid when it's frozen, liquid, and gas. And now they're talking about 4th phase water. Apparently, when you charge the particles correctly, it lines your circulatory system with negatively charged water that creates a barrier that makes it harder for damage to occur. And the damage that occurs is what causes heart attacks and cerebrovascular attacks. Because it's like a glide layer. It doesn't have to be very thick either. So even in those tiny vascular areas, it helps you. But it doesn't do any good to vaguely hear about this from me. I'm not one of those scientists doing all the research. I just found it interesting. And getting sunshine, even when it's diffused through clouds, I got my arms out. I'm wearing shorts. I'm trying to do things that will help me. And now the sun is getting up a ways and it's not going to be as helpful because the wavelengths I want won't be penetrating as deeply. But it's important. I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm not just telling everybody else to take care of themselves. I still want you to take care of yourself. So please, eat something healthy. Do what's right for yourself. If you can get your circadian rhythm in tune with the circadian cycle of our sun and our planet's rotation and all that stuff, then you'll be in better shape than if you didn't. So take care of yourself. Oh yeah, take care of something else too. Whether it's a pot of basil, which is starting to stick up above the rim of the pot, some other useless little plants. Not entirely useless. I would want to grow the trees anyway. And I'm really hoping that little mystery citrus takes off and does its thing. Might be time to sprout some more apple seeds, but I don't eat a lot of apples. The brother-in-law has apples in his backyard, but I think somebody at some point took a look at them and said they're not worth it. When I was last there, we went, all the adults were outside for various things, and men were looking at mowing equipment and, every property has some kind of difficulty. Whether it's an angle where it's difficult to get the mower or something. But the mother-in-law was telling me about these apples and wondered if they were any good. I ate one. It was perfectly good, and it was firm and a little on tart side, which is a good indication it should be good for cooking. For people who eat things like that all the time. Ooh. You ready? I think he's ready to go in. Let's go in, puppy. Y'all take care of yourselves. Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. Bye-bye.